Now, we all know that AI is automating jobs pretty fast, but how fast exactly? Well, here's a rather interesting set of data I'd like to take you through. So let's start with the yellow line there in the middle. Now, this is from the World Economic Forum, and they're talking about the number of jobs which are either purely human or a mix of AI or just AI. They're using the word machine here, so they're also including, for example, robots in blue collar work. So you see that is an exponential relationship. When they first measured in 2018, it was 29%. By 2023, that was 34%. And now in 2025, that's 52%. So what I've done is I've extrapolated a kind of an exponential curve, probably being a little bit conservative there, up to 2027. But what you can see there is by that point, pretty much every single job in 2027 is either going to have been replaced by machines or will involve machines. Now, the red line is where the same World Economic Forum Future of Work report had in 2025 introduced a new factor, which is how many of those jobs are only machines, so like only AI and robots. And that's 22% already, but you can see that'll jump to like 50% if we apply the same exponential curve that the other line followed. So we're making a bit of an assumption here that the ratios stay about the same and that the behavior of the increase stays the same as well. Now, that's already an interesting one, but then let's throw in this top line, the dashed blue line, and this is from the McKinsey Global Institute, some studies they were doing. Now, it's a slightly different measure, but it does match. So this is not jobs that can be automated, it's tasks that can be automated. So within a job, there are many different tasks. So this is the number of tasks that could be automated. And they reckoned back in 2018 that was about half, 50% of all tasks. And then by 2025, they were talking about up to 70% of all tasks could be automated. So you see here, there's a rather obvious what we observe in the market. There's a lag between what is possible and what people and companies are actually doing. So it's already been possible to automate a lot more for some time, actually, and that's just increasing. But of course, because the technology has happened so fast, it's difficult for companies and individuals to respond fast enough. So, but it's quite a big gap, as you would imagine. But I'm also saying, okay, that's exponential, but there must be probably an upper limit to it. There are going to be some human to human roles which just will not involve AI, robots, machines. That there just has to be. So I'm saying that there's an upper limit to that. But you see the overall effect of this. I mean, we're talking about 2025. We're already halfway through 2025. So I think by the end of this year, there's going to be something that I call orchestration AI. So orchestration AI is like an AI CEO that can spin up AI agents to replace complete companies. Somebody from a university was trying to tell me yesterday that that's still quite some way off in technology terms. You've already got the super agents that can replace very large chunks, if not complete job roles. And it is not a far stretch that you'd have intelligent organization of those and hierarchy of super agents doing the work of entire departments, potentially even almost all of what companies do. So that is already technically possible. The Chinese and American companies are racing each other. Who can do that first? They're probably about 70% of the way there. So this is what we're going to see by year end. Almost everything that could be automated will be possible to be automated. And there's going to be, as I've predicted for a while, this sudden panic is the wrong word, but there's going to be a sudden, very strong motivation for companies under competitive and pricing and quality pressure to really start integrating AI into their daily operations, because once some companies do it, it's going to be like a dam bursting. The rest have to follow to survive. Same with people's careers. They just have to get on and learn how to use AI. That red line, that does mean job losses in the economy. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality which there's no solution to. There's not going to be any regulation or anything like that that's really going to slow that down, because everybody is competing for themselves, every country is competing for themselves, and every company is competing for themselves. So under that pressure, that the technology is not going to stop its exponential rise. So a rather sobering graph here, both for individuals and for companies. I suppose the message out of this is, this is coming fast, and this kind of makes it a little bit more believable. The data is a little bit sparse on there. I wish I had more, but it does, I think, paint a very conclusive picture. We all just got to get on with it, don't we?